From Alabama, Mr. Byrne, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Unfortunately, I must rise again because, like so many times before, the goalposts for impeaching President Trump have moved. At this rate, Nancy Pelosi must be any field goal kicker's worst nightmare. Since day one, literally day one, it has been abundantly clear that the far-left members of the so-called squad have been moving this Democratic majority closer to impeaching the president. They don't care why or how. They don't care what evidence, real or imagined, is used. They only care about the end result, impeaching President Trump so he will not win re-election. As this radical faction gains dominance in the Democratic Party, Speaker Pelosi has tried every justification in the book to impeach this president. We were told for years we'd get to impeachment from the Mueller report. They said, just wait till the report. It's going to show Russian collusion. Well, 2 years and millions of dollars down the drain, Mueller showed no collusion. The Democrat narrative quickly turned towards obstruction of justice, but that too fell flat. But then, Mr. Speaker, the majority got a new gift, the whistleblower. Never mind he had no firsthand knowledge of what he blew the whistle on. Never mind he's a partisan Democrat. Never mind he worked with Adam Schiff on his new allegations against President Trump. It was campaign finance violations. Well, that didn't work. So then it was quid pro quo. For weeks, that's all the majority talked about. Not anymore. Apparently, Mr. Speaker, some highly paid political consultants warned Speaker Pelosi that quid pro quo did not resonate with the American people. So now it seems they've moved on to another version of impeachment that tested best in their focus groups, the nefarious-sounding bribery. It's bribery. That's what we will impeach President Trump on. Well, Mr. Speaker, I think my friends on the other side need to dust off their law books because, unfortunately, for their latest impeachment fantasy, bribery isn't just some word. It's a real crime with a real definition, and it's one this majority cannot prove. You see, bribery occurs when an individual corruptly links receiving something of value in exchange for an official government action. I say to the majority, show me how asking Ukraine to look into the 2016 election and into the sketchy dealings of Hunter Biden is acting corruptly. Because I'll tell you what, I'll show you evidence that Ukrainian officials were working to boost Secretary Clinton. And I'll show you evidence that the Obama administration itself was concerned about Hunter Biden's deals. I think most Americans will say maybe the President of the United States should be looking into these things. I think they will say we want the President looking into possible corruption in our government and interference in our elections. More importantly, I say to the majority, show me how President Trump linked aid to these investigations. Mr. Speaker, President Trump's phone call with Ukraine's President Zelensky, you know, the one that the whistleblower blew the whistle on, it's on the internet. Everyone can read it. And I hope that they will, because nowhere in that call did President Trump ever link any aid to Ukraine in exchange for anything. The President did not one time, even mention any kind of hold on the aid. Not once. This is not bribery. This is not impeachable conduct. Here we are trying to remove the President of the United States, the leader of this country, the man chosen by the voters over these newest allegations. Mr. Speaker, the American people see past this charade. They know that this is a partisan political scheme. And at this point, I think most people who are paying attention, those who haven't tuned out, know this is just the latest effort by Democrats to throw something at the wall and see if it sticks. President Trump has committed no bribery, treason, or high crimes and misdemeanors, the only offenses that the Constitution says warrant impeachment. I ask the majority, when do we stop and get back to the business of the American people? And I yield back.